He's the slick talking, jive walking, the morning banana show host with the most, the organic banana eating. It's the one and only Adam Josh. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. It is March 17th, 2025. I'm here in the hillside of the Algarve, Portugal, under a flight path that leads to Faro International Airport. Come hang out with me if you want to see what living off-grid is all about. I'm here at our farm in Europe. We had a dream, and here we are manifesting it together. Us, me and you, the morning banana fans. 211 bananas. And the goal is that these will produce bananas. Devani here, and her little pup Dahlia, and we have Banana Bill here, and little Kim, and then Kim's seedling down there, Bruce, and so many other bananas here. I'm gonna open this one after I pour my coffee, and we'll get into it. We've dropped our kids off for school here in Portugal. It's been over a year since we bought this farm, and on March 10th of 2024, if you turn back the clocks or even just look at my X page, adamjosh.com, you'll see back in 2024, March 10th, what we were up to was planting trees. I asked Desiree, what do you want to do for your birthday? And she said, I would really love to wake up on our farm having planted some trees and maybe put some flowers in and whatnot. So that's what we did. My usual, which is organic coffee, dark roast, French press. This is from IKEA. This is Alpro vanilla milk. It's for kids, basically, in the little packages, like for the kids taking to school. And then I use a whisker from a whipper or a whisker, whatever you want to call it, to zip while it's on the stove to warm it up. And oh yeah, this is just some canela. You want to learn some Portuguese with me? Canela, or cinnamon. Canela is fine. A little bit on top. There you go. We've made a delicious latte here off grid. Cheers. So for those of you who don't know, I've been doing the Morning Banana Show since February of 2018 or 2019. It was Valentine's Day of like 2018 or 2019. A long time ago. So I'm glad that, all these years, 6 years later of the show, you guys are here with me. And I discovered that bananas were a portable snack. And so I would take them with me and have like a little daily debrief or a variety show, the length of the banana. That was the idea. So I've talked about quite a few things over the years on the Morning Banana Show. And recently, a couple episodes, I've been talking about Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate. This is tofu scrambled. Desiree made this while I was getting ready for the show. Foamy. So, I don't really want every Morning Banana Show to be about Andrew Tate. However, I will say that a couple banana fans got together last night on a space, and basically one of my longtime friends, social media ex-followers, somebody that I jive with is the Missus, or I gargle with fire, or Red as she used to be called. And I have a lot of respect for Red. Shout out to Red. She is in Pennsylvania, America. So she's got daughters and is a mom, and
like many people, are hearing about the Tates for like the first time this last little while. I'm like, wait a minute, who are these guys? And we basically had that same question before the pandemic. So a lot of people are, whatever, however many years that would be, 5 years catching up. And I don't want to be the guy, you know, I don't want to be the guy to have to explain Andrew and Tristan Tate to anyone. So when the topic came up of like who knows the whole situation of the case of Andrew Tate, who's not like literally one of their lawyers or on the offense or on the special counsel. How many people are there in the world that really know that you would really recommend? So I recommended Nick Monroe. Hey, Red, if you really want to know about the Tates, there's a few people that I would recommend. I said Nick Monroe, Murdered by Crayons, Thoughts, Pax Wax, Milk Bar. There's like a handful of people that in the gap when Nick Monroe was deplatformed for a variety of reasons, there's a bunch of people that filled in the gap that became Team Matrix, or known as Team Matrix. And then out of those, a bunch of people that filled the gap in trying to educate people online about who Andrew Tate is. Because Andrew Tate, if you look into it, had such a really savvy MLM, TikTok, and short video scheme where he would literally, as a part of his course, have people making videos about him. It's, I mean, you can't say it's not genius, but guys in the War Room, Iggy Semmelweis, and the like, were basically trying to create. And if it wasn't for the last few years, they probably would have succeeded in creating a cult. I mean, things that weren't mentioned in this space last night. There's a lot to cover. I think that Red should have another one with Murdered by Crayons. If she feels like I'm not telling you what to do, but you just scratch the surface of the issues. But like one of the many things that wasn't mentioned is the guy made like Ken version Barbie dolls of himself. He's got a warehouse full of these Ken dolls that are Andrew Tate dolls. Who is he giving them to? There is Amazon children's coloring books of the Tates. He also made a comic book, or DNG Comics. Look all this stuff up that I'm saying. DNG Comics made a comic book about himself. Did the Of Wudon Twitter account, and then the Wudon lore backstory was, I think, in part made up by Iggy Semmelweis in an attempt to create a cult-like following around Tate on the male side. And another thing that wasn't mentioned last night, not only was he running cam girls, but he also was running these casino operations and then selling his dick pill supplements on things like Infowars.com and Alex Jones broadcasts. And so multi-level different, like scam here, scam over there, just an endless con man, endless grift, endless scam. And then the crypto market, which CoffeeZilla has covered amazingly. So the crypto scams that he's run, like sometimes 4 per live stream, pump and dumps. It's when we talk about like the Tate situation, it's really a lot to get into. So I think if you want to say anything about the space that they did last night, I would say it's like introduction to the Tates. Another thing that is hard to believe is that the girls weren't talking to the customers. They famously unplugged the keyboards, and it was the Tate brothers, their cousin Luke, or other men who worked for them talking to the men. So follow the line of logic here. You log on to watch an OnlyFans girl or whatever. This is, I think, right before OnlyFans was getting big, but when you're watching some girl get naked for you, you're paying, but you're talking to another guy. And the guy works for Andrew Tate and is trying to get as much money from you as he possibly can extract. The bigger question is who are the customers? Who are the customers? Does he have dirt on politicians? Does he have political blackmail? Like, how is he able to get this far? Maybe there's a Tate list, not just like an Epstein list, but like a Tate list. Like I said, you're just scratching the surface. There's so much more to get into. So many grifts. I look forward to seeing a part 2 of the space, of more people talking about the realities and the dangers. I would recommend Murdered by Crayons, all the people that I mentioned earlier, because they know their stuff. I apologize if I'm leaving out any key players of Team Matrix. I had to ask, I think, Thoughts. I asked Thoughts, what the heck is Team Matrix? I've been following Tate and the case that he was in since right before the pandemic. And my son basically had asked me one day, how does Andrew Tate make his money? And that was the beginning of the questioning and the unraveling of the situation. And at some point, other people were asking the same thing, including Nick Monroe. So kudos to him for coming out of his shell, and I believe that this will be the beginning of Nick getting his wings back. He's had a lot taken away from him, and I hope that this is the beginning of a long and better, brighter future for him. It's tough to stick your name out there, to stick your real name, your real face, to have these opinions on international human traffickers, who can travel to your country. You paint a target on your back, and you have a lot to lose and seemingly nothing to gain. Like, you could say, well, guys like Nick, they're journalists, so they could make some money on the journalist side of things, but like, last I checked, it's not like Nick is raking in millions of dollars from sticking his name out there. I know, I was saying to Desiree before I came out here, I'm not getting ad revenue or clicks or making any money off of Tate. I'm certainly not getting any more views talking about Andrew Tate. And I don't particularly want to, so why do I do it? I do it because if you turn the clocks back to like the pandemic when we were just first getting into it, this heavy moment that I had of realizing that this loser had basically infiltrated my personal life to the point that I was printing out his emails and what I thought were motivational things for my son, because I thought that this was an aspirational life and he was a positive role model. And my son at the time agreed, and how wrong we were. So that moment of a quick realignment, not as painful as it was in my 20s, going through having rug pulls and whatnot. The rug pulled out from under me. But it's aggravating when you put your trust and faith into somebody and then you have to like, okay, whatever. So they're clearly losers, and I don't know what I was thinking, but we're not going to talk about that guy anymore, and we're not going to follow his stuff. Caden. And I'll tell you why. And then as he got older, I had to explain to him what Andrew Tate was into. And it's not that I would not, I think no parent wants to have these type of conversations about human trafficking minors and grooming minors into this type of slavery branding, cam girl work, and then the exploitation, and then the various schemes that he was doing. So no, I don't think many parents want to have these conversations with their kids. And if they do it, when they want to do it on their own terms, not being forced into it by grifters like the Tates. So I think that their time is coming up. They're going to probably spend 20 to 30 years in prison when they're found guilty. And I think they're just using all their political leverage that they can and whatever finances are left to try to avoid or prolong this inevitability. And if you really think about it and put yourself in their position, you would probably do the same thing. Unless you were just like, I'm guilty and I'm going to go to jail and take my lumps as a man. And that's what a lot of men are encouraging the Tates to do, which obviously they are not doing. So they're fighting with all they have. In other news and changing gears completely, I recently planted an avocado tree in the juicy part of the soil over there. It's been raining so much here lately. So the whole fake news about Portugal having a drought is exactly that. I'm pretty sure Albufeira and Lisbon probably flooded yesterday, and there is the schedule of rain coming up all this week. So it's been basically raining for like 3 weeks straight. And so like my 1,000-liter tank over there is full. My other rain barrel collection is full. I have like 2,000 liters of just rainwater, 1,000 liters right behind you of gray water. I dug a mini borehole. I have a pipe right here that's completely full. You might be able to see it. The pipe takes groundwater when it's collecting there and pipes it into this bucket. The bucket is completely full. It's like free flowing yesterday. Like I didn't know what to do. I was like, man, I feel dumb for not having collected more rainwater. So we have thousands of liters of rainwater, but like I think we can get more. So in Niagara, we have a comparable amount of rain every year to southern Portugal here, but then we also have snow, and so there's many months of the year that it's just impossible to grow things. So I really love it, being able to grow things. I love learning about the land here. This farm is off-grid, and if you're interested in learning about off-grid farming, off-grid living, solar panels, water collection, water harvesting, gray water, water distillation, how to access water, how to plant things, we're here for it. If you want to learn, we love talking about it. You can leave a comment and ask your questions. You can come visit us at Love Farm Stay. You can send a donation if you feel like supporting it, or you'd like to plant a tree. I have so many people that have said, hey, can you plant a tree in my name? And then they donate some money and I plant it. I'm actually backed up a little bit, but if you donate to my Buy Me a Coffee link, I will plant something in your name if the amount is appropriate. Like €2 is not going to plant, a gigantic palm tree, for example. These things cost money to buy unless I go graft them from somewhere. But if you want to plant a tree in your name, I'll take your whatever donations you have. You can support the show by buying me a coffee like that. You can support the show by buying one of my t-shirts that I have that says, do not reincarnate. I'm currently not wearing it. Come visit us at Love Farm Stay in Portugal if you want to. And spread the word. I'm an independent folk artist. I won the Folk Artist of the Year award in 2024 from Lux Life for Portugal. I'm really excited about that. And spread the word. I am independently funded and I'm not partnered. With opinions like mine, do you think I could have any type of corporate sponsorship? No. The answer is no. I'm as indie as it comes. Take care, everybody, and I hope that you have a great day, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Are you tired of reincarnating? Me too! Now show the world that you don't want to reincarnate with this Do Not Reincarnate t-shirt!